Run of the game, 8th inning, and then he came up big in the 9th.
Line drive, base hit, right center. Here comes Andrews, the throw for McRae. Out at home plate.
Monday in Houston. This time, McRae, the man again. His big homer in the 9th inning, giving the Mets a win in 13 innings. On to Tuesday, and a doubleheader. This time, Carlos Baerga, a new hero. A 2-run homer tied it up in the 9th inning, but Derek Bell's blast in the 12th would win it for the Houston Astros. On to Game 2. After an Olerud homer, Turk Wendell picked up his 3rd save of the year. And for the New York Mets, he had another come-from-behind win. The next night, more dramatics. Mike Piazza homered in the 9th for the temporary lead. But the Astros weren't done yet. The Astros turned on their rally caps. But Todd Hundley's homer in the 11th would put the Mets up for good. A tremendous series in Houston for New York. Last night, John Franco with a chance to close it out. But 3 runs by Florida in the 9th inning. And for the New York Mets, a chance to tie the Cubs in the wild card spot instead became a heartbreaking 7-6 loss. Today, regroup. The Florida Marlins take on the New York Mets next on 9. Asano Yoshi going for number 6 for the Mets. In the final week of a regular season, when you're battling for a postseason position, the distance between great ecstasy and outright dejection can be 1 run. For the New York Mets, that was the case last night. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne along with Ralph Kiner. It's that time of the year, Ralph, where everything that happens is in a huge spotlight, and last night it didn't shine brightly for New York.
Well, a tough loss for the Mets last night, but still 7 games left, and the Mets are 1 game back of the Chicago Cubs and 3 games up on the San Francisco Giants. So with the 7 games left, the Mets are in a position to come back and overcome the loss last night.
And go on to postseason. The games remaining, there you see the New York Mets schedule on the left, the Marlins, the Expos for 2, and then the day off and on to finish the season in Atlanta. The Cubs have the Reds today and tomorrow, then the Brew Crew Tuesday and Wednesday. They finish up against the Houston Astros. Every moment big. Ralph, for John Franco blowing that save, a tough moment, but it just goes to show, you know, that happens in April and everybody just passes it off. It doesn't get passed off anymore.
Well, it's not over till it's over, as Yogi said, and the Mets have to bounce back, and they have that type of club to do it. They have bounced back all season long. It has been a great year for the Mets. 2 more wins, and they tied last year's record.
We'll come back and take a look at what has been a great week right after this from Jaguar. Refuses to subside even as we go into the final week. I mean, the home run chase, obviously, Ralph, has been the highlight of it, but this year for the New York Mets, probably exemplified here in the last couple of weeks. You've seen a lot of baseball. This has got to be up there with some of the most exciting weeks ever.
Really great heroics in the last part of the ball game by the New York Mets. Alfonso with a 2-run home run, and that was in the 9th. Phillips with a 2-run home run in the 8th. Alfonso again with a home run in the 8th, a 2-run home run, and McRae a 2-run home run in the 9th. All of those big wins for the New York Mets.
That Houston series was unbelievable. Carlos Baerga got into it with that 2-run homer on the 15th. John Olerud, the doubleheader day, 3-run homer in the 8th inning of the ball game. Mike Piazza came away at Houston with that 3-run homer in the 9th inning, solidifying his position, I think, with the fans in New York. And Todd Hundley, maybe the most incredible story of all, a guy who wasn't even supposed to be back with his ball club, comes away with that solo home run in the 11th inning. He was supposed to have disappeared to minor league ball for the rest of the season.
Well, he did disappear down to the minors, but came back. What's more remarkable is the fact that he came back and caught. That was one of the things I didn't think would happen until next year.
1949, Pittsburgh Pirates, Ralph Kiner, this day. Any memory?
1949, a good year, 54 home runs, but I don't remember the day.
It was on this day that this man became the first National Leaguer to have 2 50-plus home run seasons. You got Number 50 back in 1949.
And 51-1947, and of course a great thrill for me. And of course with the home run race going on, Gary, between McGuire and Sosa, that's one of the great things that has happened to baseball this year.
Well, you're one of the guys who helped set the stage for that. Our own Ralph Kiner. We'll be back. Mets coming up against Florida after this. The postseason continues here at Shea Stadium. We'll keep an eye on the Cubs game. They are underway. No score, first inning in Chicago against Cincinnati. And here, Masato Yoshi will make the start for the New York Mets. The 33-year-old right-hander, only one win in his last 19 starts. He has gone 1-2-2 in his last 5. He defeated Florida earlier this year. Had a no-decision game also against the Florida Marlins.
And Yoshi will be pitching to this lineup of the Marlins. Brought to you by Jeep. It'll be Luis Castillo leading off. Todd Dunworthy in center field. Arcote, the right fielder. Derek Lee at first base. Cliff Floyd in left field. Kevin Ory from the Cubs in the position at third. Randy Knorr, the catcher. Alex Gonzalez at short. And Jesus Sanchez, the pitcher.
Let's take a look at the fence for the New York Mets today with a left-hander pitching. Couple of changes in the lineup. It'll be Peyton making the start in left field. Brian McRae, Butch Husky will be in right. Edgardo Alfonso, Ray Ordonez, Louis Lopez to start at second. John Olerud at first. Mike Piazza, of course, will be behind the plate. Piazza and Yoshi forming the battery. Jerry Meals will have the plate in this umpiring crew today. Tom Hellion, Jerry Davis, and Terry Tata, the umpires. A magnificent Saturday afternoon for this 4:10's first pitch as the early fall weather has arrived here in New York. It is just gorgeous. Some high clouds, but couldn't be a nicer day to play or watch the game. Take a look at some of that skyline. This is the last weekend of summer.
And also very tough on the hitters right now with that shadow in front of the pitching mound. And a good crowd on hand for this game on a perfect day.
And ready to go. Castillo leading it off. Against Masato Yoshi, 78 degrees the temperature here at the start of the game. Little breeze blowing out towards left field here to start the game. Yoshi got it in, and it's fouled straight back by Luis Castillo. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count. For the Florida Marlins, a long road trip that they are about to conclude and head back home. 13-game road trip. They are 3-8 on the trip. They play here today and then again tomorrow afternoon. 1-1 delivery by Masato Yoshi, and the breaking ball's outside. 2-1.
The Marlins, an entirely different team from being the world champions last year. It was a wholesale trade-off and sale on the Marlins this winter.
And it has resulted in one of the most incredible turnarounds negatively for any team ever. A 75-game swing.
The worst in the history of Major League Baseball from a world championship.
They've gone from a season of 92 wins to having won only 51. They've lost 103 games. Yoshi got it in to second base. Lopez as it skipped into the glove. 1 down.
In 1914, the Philadelphia A's won 99 and lost 53, and then they traded off most of their team. They lost 4 straight in the World Series to the Boston Braves. And after that 99 and 53 season in 1914, they were 43 and 109. But the Marlins have just about eliminated consideration. This has been a disaster for the city of Miami.
Todd Dunwoody up. Dunwoody was the hero for Florida. 2-run single, tying runs. Edgar Renteria, the sac fly last night. They came from behind for just the 3rd time this year. The Marlins won a game in the 9th inning. They are 3-85, trailing after 8 this year. But you could see, Ralph, right from the beginning of last night's game, Florida Marlins had some fire in their eyes.
Well, you have that going for you when you are a bad ball club. You want to beat the one team that you need to beat, and they had a good game last night. And, of course, the Mets lost the game in the 9th inning.
Dunwoody swung on and missed. Yoshi gets the K. Yoshi 110 strikeouts on the year.
And it was done with a split finger fastball or a fork ball. Ball dropping out and away from the left-hand batter, and out number 2.
Bobby Valentine's club remains a game behind the Cubs in the wild card race as we head into the final week of the season. Kotze up, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. Mark Kotze comes in with a 7-game hit streak. Also, that great arm in the outfield has proven true for this youngster. 19 outfield assists. He leads the majors in assists by outfielders. 0-1 pitch, a fastball away, 1-1 to Kotze.
He was the 1995 Best College Player of the Year, winning the Golden Spike Award, and he is a real good prospect.
And that one, John Olerud, not quite. It's a fair ball. Kotze is on his way to second. Butch Husky over on the retrieve, and he'll stop there with a double and an 8-game hit streak for Mark Kotze. Just out of the reach of Olerud. The appeal at first base is denied by the home plate umpire, Jerry Meals.
Kotze, originally selected by Florida as their #1 choice, 9th in the nation, and showing why as he doubles down the right field line.
Mets appealed as to whether or not he touched first base. The first base umpire, Tom Hallion, had gone down the line to watch the ball, and the home plate umpire, Jerry Meals, moved up the line. Now here's the appeal again, and safe. Home plate umpire making the call. The official rule on this, let's take a look here, see whether or not he touched it.
At the inside corner.
At the inside corner, yeah. The rule is, if you're going to make an appeal like that, you've got to get the ball back to the pitcher. The pitcher's got to touch the pitching slab, then step off before he throws the pitch to the next batter, and go to the base where you want to make the appeal. And that's what the Mets did right there.
And there has been times in baseball where they throw to first base or to any base they think they have missed, goes wild, and he can continue on.
Kotze is on at second base with 2 down, and Derek Lee's got an 0 for 14 going right now. He has had a big time slump here in the month of September, hitting just 178. He's 4 for 48 with 1 home run in the month of September. That has obviously lowered that average. Pretty good season, though, with 17 homers and 74 RBIs.
And his daddy, Leon Lee, broke up a no-hit game by Tom Seaver when Seaver was pitching for the Mets. Leon was playing for San Diego at the time.
Another one of the fine young stars. 1-0 count.
Leon, a good player for the Padres, but Derek, who got a ton of money, might be even better.
Two-0 count. Yoshi behind on Lee, who's got power. Piazza sets up outside, and that's where the pitch is. 3 balls and no strikes. Now first base is open here with Cliff Floyd on deck. Almost looked like he was pitching around. You see Yoshi's numbers at home and on the road. Overall, 3.92 earned run average. 3-0 count on Lee. See if they skip around him here. Nope. Outside corner strike he was taking. 3-1. There is Floyd waiting on deck. He's been a red-hot hitter. Comes in with a 6-game hit streak. 3-1. Yoshi outside, walked it. Well, you go away from the 0 for 14 Derek Lee with first base open and go against Cliff Floyd, who's got a 6-game hit streak. 2 on, there are 2 down. Decisions. This time of year, all so blown out of proportion in one sense, yet not in another.
And Cliff Floyd came up as a #1 draft pick of the Montreal Expos and was considered to be quite a prospect until the collision with Todd Hundley at first base. That almost ended his career.
Just took his hand off. And that one's fouled off. Strike one.
That was back in 1995. He missed 118 games. And it looked like he might never play again, but he has made quite a comeback.
It was a glove hand. He drove into Hundley as he went by and broke it. One strike count on Cliff Floyd. Floyd has gone 1 for 5 against Yossi. The one hit a home run. 2 on and 2 down here in the first inning. Outside doing. For Yoshi, left-handers hit 269 off him with 11 homers. Right-handers 239 and 10 home runs. A big guy, and he's done some big damage against the New York Mets this season. 1 ball, 1 strike count. And again, Yoshi away to him, 2-1. And you see the warning by the home plate umpire about going to his mouth while on the mound, wetting his fingers. Apparently had not asked permission to do that, so Jerry Meals just gave him a warning not to do it.
That could cost him a ball call.
There it is. It's 3-0. The warning cost him a ball, so the count goes to 3-1 on this count.
The umpires have to give permission for pitchers to do that, and do that in cold weather. But today, a perfect day.
See the home plate umpire step out right there to give him the warning. He went to his. See, he can go to his mouth right there. 3-1 delivery. Pitchers don't like that pitch to a big home run hitter with a 3-1 count, but he got away with it.
Got away with a fastball right down the middle. The irony of going to your mouth, you can go to your mouth when you're not on the mound. You have to walk off the mound, and I guess they feel that if you're going to spit in the ball, it'll dry up by the time you get back on top.
All a matter of physics, right?
That's right.
3-2 count, 2 on, 2 down. Runners will be going. Kotsay at second, Lee at first. Outside of third base, Edgardo Alfonso. The infielders will have their problems as well with the sun. Pop-ups coming out of the shadows of home plate where the batter is into the sun and a fairly high, bright sky. You see that line now cutting behind the mound, but all of the infielders, if it's in fair territory, will be in the sun on pop-ups. Fans are at it here at Shea. 3-2 first inning. You can tell the end is near to this season by the excitement here. McRae had trouble with it off the bat, finds it. Glasses has it. No runs, a hit, 2 left on. Mets coming up after this from Anderson Windows. Fired from the New York Mets by Florida in the Al Leiter deal. Jesus Sanchez, just 23 years old. He pitched 3 years of minor league ball for the New York Mets and then went over in the Leiter deal to the Marlins.
And the Mets lineup is brought to you by your Tri-State Quality Ford dealer. Jay Payton will lead it off. He's in left field. Edgardo Alfonso at third base. John Olerud at first. Mike Piazza catching. Brian McRae in center. Butch Husky in right field. Luis Lopez playing second base. Ray Ordonez at shortstop. And Masato Yashi is the pitcher.
Defensively for the Florida Marlins in the outfield, they will have Floyd, Dunwoody, and Kotsay, the big assist guy in right field with that cannon. Ori, Gonzalez, Castillo, and Lee in the infield. Randy Knorr, the catcher, with Jesus Sanchez on the mound.
Leading off for the Mets, number 25, left fielder Jay Payton.
Jay Payton is in the leadoff spot for this game to face the left-hander as Bobby Valentine gets right-handers in against Sanchez. You see the numbers that Jay Payton has put up since being called up by the New York Mets. Left fielder, made his first major league appearance 1st of September. And now in the lineup to start this game.
He has led 2 minor league teams in hitting and led the league in hitting in 2 minor league stays. He's been an outstanding prospect.
Injuries have been the problem. Goes after the first pitch outside of first. No play.
He has had the same operation that Todd Hundley had, and he's had it twice. And he's now throwing the ball well. One time they thought he might never be able to play in the major leagues.
He has got power. They were hoping he was going to be available in the lineup this year with the Mets at the major league level to provide some home run depth. Great breaking ball by Sanchez and an 0-2 count. So now Jay Payton having an opportunity to show what he can do here at a most important time for the New York Mets. And for him personally, an opportunity to set the stage for next year. Sanchez with the 0-2 count. Fastball, and he got it. Noah will have to make the throw down to first base to Lee, and he does. And Sanchez gets the strikeout. Payton retired.
Batting second, number 13.
1 away. Sanchez, basic repertoire, fastball, slider, curve, and changeup. He has real good speed, good left-hander, little sink on the fastball. He'll get some ground ball outs. And throws the ball hard. Like most young pitchers, it's a matter of location consistency this year for Sanchez, who's 7-8. Edgardo Alfonso against the left-hander, down and away, ball 1. Edgardo's got a 7-game hit streak coming into today's game. 77 RBIs, a lot of big late-season RBIs. The Mets will keep an eye on the scoreboard. Fans were applauding this as John Nunnally has picked up a solo homer. The Reds have the early 1-0 lead at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Sammy Sosa's had 1 at-bat and has struck out. Mark McGwire, of course, had number 64 to move ahead of Sosa yet one more time, who's got 63.
Can you imagine a player hitting 64 home runs and not even sure he might win the home run championship?
And won't be the MVP, probably.
I would say that the MVP will go to Sosa. And ironically, the only reason why, if McGwire wins the home run championship, would be because of the wild card.
Amazing, huh? Alfonso takes it outside and draws the walk. So Sanchez surrenders his 83rd free pass in 157 innings. That's the problem he's had. John Olerud. Talk about a guy who's on a tear. John Olerud has had 8 hits in his last 9 at-bats. He's made only 1 out in his last 14 plate appearances, not including a sac fly. 1 out in his last 14 times to the plate.
And unfortunately for him, Larry Walker is doing about the same. Walker leads him 355 to 348 in the batting race.
Dante Bichette's at 338, and in 4th place is the guy who's coming up next. There you see the National League leaders over the last 10 days. Nobody's been hotter than Olerud. Cliff Floyd, as we said, red hot. He's 5th over the last 10. 1-0 delivery. Up high, almost got away from Noor. May have got crossed up on that. 2-0 count on Olerud. There you see Mike Piazza, with the magnificent month he's having, has moved all the way up to 4th place in the batting race.
Only one player has ever led both leagues in hitting. That was way back in the 1800s and the early part of 1900. And Olerud with an outside chance now to do the same. Delahanty, the player that has done it in both leagues. Ed Delahanty.
John Olerud's got a 2-0 count. And he's got another base hit into right field. 9 hits in his last 10 at-bats. for Mike Piazza. Batting .421 in the month of September with 6 home runs. And you watch how quiet this man's bat is at the plate right now. I don't know that I've ever seen a hitter stand as completely quiet as he's standing at the plate over the last month.
I can name one.
Go ahead.
Joe DiMaggio. Joe DiMaggio probably set hitting back 1,000 years because he was so quiet hitting. Most hitters have to be in motion. Piazza is very stationary. He swings from a very set position right to the ball, has the short swing, and he has done it all.
Fouls that one off outside of third.
Piazza has hit .352 for the Mets in 102 games with 23 home runs and 73 runs batted in. He has turned the Blues right around.
There is no question he has become a hero in New York for Met fans. 1-1. Again fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Ralph, we don't, in most hitters, we see the motion of hitters to see how they get ready to pull the trigger, how they set it. With him, it's just right from where he is to the ball.
No movement at all and a very compact swing.
Tom Robson, the hitting instructor of the Mets.
He didn't teach him that. He had that before.
1-2 count. 2 on, 1 down. Inside, 2-2.
And not only does he hit the ball often, he hits it far. I don't think even WOR hits the ball farther than he does. In Houston, he hit the ball so far, it was the longest home run ever hit there in that ballpark.
Watch the eyes. You want to see confidence in a hitter, you take a look at Mike Piazza's eyes right now. I mean, there's no strain, there's no stress. Got him. Good pitch. Sanchez has thrown a couple of nasty breaking balls down and in. Big strikeout.
And this was a breaking ball breaking down and in out of the strike zone. And Piazza chased it. It's hard enough to hit when pitches are in the strike zone, but impossible when they're there.
Gets a huge out. 23-year-old left-hander will take on Brian McRae. You don't think he's got something to prove? That man right there? Mets organization was willing to let him go. We talked about that before. When you come back to face the guys, you thought someone else was better than you were. There's a point to be made. You can make it.
You don't need that Andro to get pumped up.
No, nothing. 1-0 count. 2 on, 2 down now. And McRae takes it inside. Knorr thought about throwing down to second base that time. He had Castillo moving over to cover, but Knorr did not handle the pitch cleanly. They might have even had a play on that time. I think they had Alfonso off second base by a good deal because Castillo had moved to the bag almost on the pitch. 2-0 count. Sanchez falling behind again here. Comes in with a fastball, 2-1. Outfield straight away on Brian McRae. Continues his career season for Brian. Only .220 here in the month of September with a couple of home runs, but all season long every hit he's had has been a big one. Speed delivery is in for a strike. High changeup right there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sanchez out of the Dominican Republic was not drafted and was signed by the New York Mets as an undrafted free agent back in 1992. 2-2 delivery in the dirt again. Norris had a busy day already behind the plate in the first inning. 3-2. But if a catcher can do that, stop those pitches, then the pitcher feels confident in throwing those breaking balls down in the dirt. And that's what he got Piazza on.
He has made 8 ball pitches so far this year. He also has balked 5 times.
Three ball, 2 strike count again, 2 down. Runners will go. Outside, bases loaded.
Batting 6, number 42.
So the Mets get a chance early with 2 down. Jimmy Leyland's club struggled all year long, especially in the pitching department. They are dead last in ERA. Now the Mets have got Edgardo Alfonso on at first, Olerud on at second, McRae at first. Butch Husky with 2 away. Ball 1. Husky getting more playing time down the stretch for the Mets once getting back. RBI opportunity here. 1-0 delivery to him. Foul back, 1-1. Butch, of course, has had to share time since coming back in right field. Lenny Harris has been playing spectacularly well. Another one of the Met heroes here late in the season. One ball, 1 strike delivery. Off speed, real good changeup by Sanchez. Jimmy Leyland was saying before the game about Sanchez that when Sanchez is confident and is thinking about the ball game, he knows how to pitch. It's when he loses his focus and starts throwing just fastballs down the middle, you're going to run into trouble. He's done that this year. 1-2 down to third. He's got a base hit off Orr's glove. Alfonso scores. Olerud will score. McRae to third and an RBI double. Butch Husky with 2 runs batted in.
Well, a smile on Husky's face as he comes up with a big base hit with 2 men out and drives in the first 2 runs of the game. He gets out in front of this ball. It's a breaking ball, off-speed pitch, and just off the glove of WOR, the third baseman, and that gave the Mets the extra run.
Now still 2 in scoring position. Cheering from the dugout. And Lopez takes a strike on the inside corner. Louis Lopez in the lineup to get that right-handed bat on against the left-hander. Right-handers have touched up Sanchez. 285 for right-handers, 240 left-handers. That's why Bobby Valentine got Payton, got Husky, got Lopez in the lineup to do damage off this left-hander. Two in scoring position, a 2-strike count on Lopez. The switch hitter's gone on the off-speed pitch. So Sanchez strikes the side out, but the Mets pick up a couple of runs. They leave 2 on. They're up back after this from Mazda.
And yes, to those 2 runs as the Mets take the lead in the first inning.
Sanchez giving up the bases loaded double to Butch Husky after a big walk to Alfonso, who scored. 2 walks in the inning and 3 strikeouts for Jesus Sanchez. Great to have you with us here this Saturday afternoon. We'll be right back with you tomorrow as the New York Mets continue the chase. Tomorrow afternoon we'll be on the air at 1:30. And it will be Brian Meadows against Al Leiter, who goes for his 17th win. And it's going to be our last broadcast on WWOR for the year.
Hard to believe.
It is. Yoshi, Ori, Noor, and Gonzalez will face him. He walked one, struck out one in the first inning. Kevin Ori hitting just .219 on the year. Powers that one. McRae has no idea. Brian McRae saying, please help me. He never saw it. Never saw it, and will get a break. It's a ground rule double. If that ball stays in, it's a triple, but Brian McRae saw nothing of that ball coming off the bat. He had problems with a fly ball that Floyd hit that picked it up late, but that time he saw none of it. Oh.
Right off the bat, he never picks the ball up, and now looking for help. No chance there. Unfortunately, the grounds rule double, or the runner would have been on third base. He doesn't know where it is even now. There it is.
So a double, leadoff double, picked up by Ori at second base. The second hit for the Marlins. That one drilled to right field is going to be an extra base hit into the corner by Noor. That will score Ori. Into second base with the RBI double is Randy Noor. And the Marlins now trail by just one. Does everything get blown up at this time of the year? Even balls into the sun.
Well, the sun a factor, but it's a factor for both sides. And in this case, an RBI for Noor, his 11th of the year. He was hitting .209 before that base hit.
He's got a 7-game hit streak going now. He and Ori have both had long seasons, but are finishing strong. Ori scores. Third hit off Yoshi. Now Alex Gonzalez. Runner at second. Fastball inside to him for a ball. Well, the Marlins come right back here. Pick up one of the 2 runs that the Mets have taken the lead with, and now the potential tying runs at second base. 1 for 4 in the first game of this series for Alex Gonzalez. He was recalled the end of September. Played AAA ball virtually the entire year. 2-0 delivery, and that one's fouled off. End of August, rather. He came back up. He hit .277 at AAA. He's got good speed and pretty good pop. He had 10 homers, 10 triples at the AAA level. This is a Florida organization, has a number of players that play a lot alike. They tend not to be too big. Smaller players with great speed, good defensive players, pretty good gap hitters. 2-1. He showed bunt, takes it down low. 3-1.
Now, why would you bunt in front of the pitcher? Pitcher is due up next. That run at second base, a tying run. He's played baseball, but not the right kind of baseball.
Fans are cheering Cincinnati as they have added on a Sean Casey 2-run triple to their lead, and the Reds have a 3-0 lead. Since August 7, the Mets and Cubs have never been separated by more than 1 game. 3-1 delivery. Foul back, 3-2, and Alex Gonzalez. There's every reason to believe through the rest of this season, one more week, they may not be separated by more than 1 game.
Both teams with 7 games, including this game, for both the Cubs and the Mets for the rest of the year.
3-ball, 2-strike count. Gonzalez. Nobody out. Noor at second base. One thing to remember as we go into the final week, you don't have to win the wild card outright. If you get a tie, you get another day. I mean, both teams don't want that, but you can come away with a tie and still have that one playoff game for the wild card spot.
And the playoff will be here at Shea Stadium.
That's one the flip of the coin. 3-2 delivery by Yoshi, and he walked him. Second walk.
Well, that's a big walk right there because now the pitcher can bunt.
So with nobody out, 2 on. They'll make sure with the pitcher, Jesus Sanchez, coming up. Rich Donnelly, the third base coach, talking with the hitter while Alfonso talks to Yoshi on the defensive coverage.
Donnelly, one of the very astute baseball men around. And also very glib.
Bobby Valentine has sent out the defensive play here. It will be used. Sanchez has 3 sacrifice bunts this year. He's had 6 hits and 47 at-bats, including a triple. Up high, ball 1. Mets charging hard here. Alfonso's trying to stay back at third base so they can get the force out. John Olerud is really charging from first base to try and be able to field the ball so he can make the play to Alfonso. Trying to get that lead runner, Noor, who is not a fast runner. Bunted. Great bunt by Sanchez. Forces Alfonso to field it over to Lopez. That's a perfect sacrifice right there by Sanchez. He gets the 2 runners moved up with 1 away.
Well, the idea is to make the third baseman field the ball, and Sanchez certainly did that. Perfect bunt right here as Alfonso has to come in, make the play to first base. The runners will move up. And now the batter will be the leadoff batter for Florida with 2 runs in scoring position.
Every game a battle. 2 in scoring position, 1 down. See if the Mets infield moves in here. They're halfway. Maybe charging on the pitch. Castillo, 207 hitter. They come in on the right. Ordonez stays back. Alfonso is in anyway. Castillo grounded out his first time up. Wheels are turning, and we're only in the 2nd inning. Again, the infield in except for Ray Ordonez. That means Castillo, by the scouting reports, hits a lot of ground balls towards short.
When you play for Bobby Valentine, it's like the New York Thruway. He has more signs than any manager in the game.
2-0 count on Castillo. Castillo, 222 with runners in scoring position, and it's ball 3. Yoshi looked in a little longer on that one. Thought might have had that call. There's no time to waste here at this part of the year, so Willie Blair is already up in the bullpen here in the 2nd inning. Castillo, see if he takes here with a 3-0 count. Infield in. He does, and it's a strike. That's on top 2-1, but their lead threatened here in the 2nd inning. The 3-1 delivery. Breaking ball there. Come back by Yoshi, 3-2.
That was a good pitch right there. A split finger fastball on the 3-1 count. You can't do much better than that.
Castillo, shallow right, tagging up at third is Noor, not fast. Husky makes the catch. Noor fakes. He'll stay at third.
I'm surprised they didn't send the runner there. Husky was fairly deep, not known for a exceptionally strong arm, a good arm. The throw up the line, and the runner is held at third base.
Early in a game, you would think the Marlins would take the chance. Husky looks like he may have hurt himself. He slipped. He may have pulled that hammy again.
He sure acts like he did something to himself.
Yeah, he's hurt. Cookie Rojas looking out there. Husky's hurt. You see Mookie Wilson also looking out Two down. Here's Dunwoody. Now Dunwoody's a left-handed hitter. He puts one down there towards Husky. Can Husky go get it?
Yeah, you don't want to be a hero in this spot. If you're hurt, you should call time and have the trainer come out.
Could have been a hamstring or a groin pull out there, but the way he fell down and the way he got up, obviously that left hamstring has been the problem for him this year. 1-0 count. Big hitter here early in the game. Dunwoody a strikeout victim. 2 in scoring position and 2 away. Yoshi got it in, grounded to second. Louis Lopez has it, and that'll do it. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 are left in scoring position. Back after this from Pizza Hut. Husky asked by the trainer when he came in if he was okay, said yes. You see another pair of shoes in his hand. See, he's saying how he slipped. When he went to throw, he slipped. Clearly, at least felt a little pinch in that hamstring out there. And now deciding whether or not he wants to change foot gear before he goes back out.
Here's the throw by Husky, and as he throws the ball, his front foot slips out. He goes down to the ground. The throw is a one-bounce good throw. And the runner was held at third base by Rich Donnelly. So Husky okay. Might have to go to another pair of shoes.
Because it's hard enough to get in the lineup, Ralph. He doesn't want to come out.
That's true. He's had a tough time. That pulled muscle and sidelined for quite a bit of time.
Sanchez working here against Ray Ordonez.
There's another shot of him throwing the ball and slipping to the ground. When you're trying to throw the ball hard, that's not abnormal to go down to the ground.
But he's going to stay in. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Ordonez, Yoshi, the top of the order. Jay Payton against the left-hander. Line to short. Great play, Gonzalez. He had it lined up. Makes the nice play. Good movement off the bat by Gonzalez.
One thing about baseball that has changed dramatically, and that is the gloves used by the players today. The old gloves who couldn't make catches like this. But the gloves today are so big and are so flexible that you can make that one-hand grab all the time.
Pliability of gloves really is amazing. You can take them and tie them in knots.
It's unreal.
So they really become a part of a fielder's hand.
To get a good pocket going back to the 40s, you used to take a ball and fold it in your glove and tie rubber bands around it and soak it in water, in a pail of water for days, just to get a pocket. Now they're all made, they're brand new and they're perfect.
They used to use that old linseed oil.
Oh yeah, I had to do that.
Put it out in the shed for the whole winter with a baseball in it.
Linseed oil or knee foot something
oil.
down. Yeah.
Masato Yoshi, 1-2 delivery to him, and Sanchez has his 4th strikeout and 2 down. Two-one ball game. The Mets on top. Sanchez 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and Jay Payton, one of those strikeout victims, will stand in. Breaking balls in there for a strike. Sanchez coming off a good game against Atlanta. 7+ innings, gave up 5 runs, 5 hits, and was a winner, 6-5 winner in that game. 0-1 delivery. It's interesting. Here are the Florida Marlins, devastated, former world champions, brought to a real emptiness. Yet they've gone 5-5 against the Mets and against Atlanta. The 2 best teams in the division they play 500 ball against. They've not won a game against Cincinnati, Milwaukee, and San Francisco on the year. They went 0-9 against each of those 3 teams.
It used to be in a 154-game season and 8 teams in each league that you would play 22 games with each team in the season.
home plate. This will be trouble. Ori, no play.
Third baseman, Eduardo Alfonso.
Infield single, hit number 3 for the Mets.
Peyton has excellent speed, and there was no chance at all for Ori here. That ball is a Baltimore chop, named after the Baltimore infield in the 1800s. That was real hard, and the batters actually tried to bounce the ball on the ground in front of home plate.
The other number we haven't mentioned on Sanchez, Ralph, is that he leads the majors in pickoffs. 12 pickoffs. Be careful.
That means he blocks a lot, and he's blocked 5 times.
So his move is real close. Yoshi doing work on his footwear. Up high with it. Edgardo Alfonso drew a walk and scored in the first inning. Alfonso, 7-game hit streak, checking down at third with Peyton on at first base. 2 for 4 in the opener of this series for Edgardo. High heat.
Sanchez with 12 pickoffs, leading by 2 in the National League. And Leland, the manager of the Marlins, has the first baseman off the bag. He was the first manager to do this, and he did it about 3 years ago. I still don't understand why.
Bobby Valentine, of course, has employed that all year with John Olerud at first base, playing off the bag in front of the runner and jockeying back and forth with the base runner.
It complicates the defense tremendously, and the movement of the first baseman is very difficult to calculate.
3-1. There is Jimmy Leland. Whether he'll be in a Marlins uniform next year, very much in question. 3-1 delivery. Strike on the outside corner. Marlins got the Marlins clause in Leland's contract is if they change ownership, Jimmy Leland has a right to get out of the remaining 2 years of his contract and go elsewhere. They are changing ownership. There'll be a new owner next week when they go home. Jimmy Leland will be meeting with the new owner to discuss whether or not he's going to be returning. Dodgers are interested. Runner goes, and he walked it. 2 on for the Mets.
Leland worked as a construction bricklayer when he was out of baseball. And they asked him if he thought it'd be tough running this ball club this year with all the stars gone. He said it would be a piece of cake compared to laying brick.
Has a perspective, doesn't he? Now the Mets call on their leading hitter again, John Olerud. 88 runs batted in. John, who now has 9 hits in his last 10 at-bats, delivered a single in the first inning. Average now at .349. And Olerud all year long, great with runners on. .305 with runners in scoring position. That one down low to him. 2-0. That pretty decent consistency in the second half when John used to tire a bit. This year even better.
He led the American League, hitting .363 for Toronto.
And he's got another one. He's hit to right. Hussey with a great arm throws over to third. They don't cut it off. It hits the base runner and goes into the dugout. The ball hit Edgardo Alfonso. All the way to third goes John Olerud.
And Alfonso had stopped. He knew he was going to be out, and fortunately for him, it hits him. Another base hit for Olerud. 10 hits in his last 11 at-bats, and the throw goes to third base. There he stops, the ball hits him, goes into the dugout, and the Mets get another run. And you wonder why the Mets are going to win this year? There's a good reason for it right there.
Mike Piazza, John Olerud, an RBI. The other one comes in as the ball went off Alfonso. The error, there is an error charge to Kotze on the throw, allowing that second run to score.
And that certainly wasn't his fault,
no.
But it has to be charged.
Piazza takes it down low. So the baseball gods return a favor. Brian McRae lost the ball in the sun in the second. That ended up resulting in a run for Florida. Here, the ball hits the runner who had stopped. If he keeps going, he's probably out at third base. And I think the reason he stopped for Edgardo Alfonso wanted to make sure that the runner ahead of him had crossed the plate. So he was going to get caught in a rundown if he had to make sure the run scored.
That's a good call, Gary. There's no doubt about that. I believe he actually did think that way. He's that kind of a player.
To be able to think about that in that situation tells you something about why everyone is so impressed with the innate knowledge Edgardo Alfonso has about this game. 3-ball, 1-strike count. A big play by Alfonso. Mets have a 4-1 lead. Piazza gets away. Olerud will stay at third. No chance to score on that. It's a walk to Piazza. So we told you Sanchez's problem, the strike zone. And he's already walked 4. He's also struck out 4. A typical kind of game for him. Runners at first and third. Mets doing this with 2 down, remember. Jay Payton got that Baltimore chop base hit off the plate with 2 away. Alfonso the walk. And then Olerud's base hit, an RBI, and the error charged on the throw to Kotze. Now Brian McRae. Strike 1. Four runs, 4 hits for the Mets, 4-1 lead. He's got another RBI chance. Breaking ball missed inside, 1-1.
Alfonso doing a act at third base that got the Mets at least 1 more run.
McRae towards second. Backhanded. Castillo will go to first and get the out. But the Mets come away with a couple more runs. Heads up play Alfonso. Back after this from Dodge. Discussion with Rich Doobie as he came into the dugout. The young 23-year-old learning. Pitching coach. Another one of the situations we see so often now in Major League Baseball. This is a young pitcher who should have his time in the minors. They don't have time. They got to have him here. So he's learning on the job at the Major League level. Mets have the 4-1 lead. Kotze, who had a double, leads it off. Lee and Floyd will follow against Yoshi. Batting .278 on the year for this left-handed hitter. Yoshi a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. Kotze now with an 8-game hit streak. Took care of that in a hurry. He's second among rookies in runs, stolen bases, and hits. And third in rookie batting average coming into this game today. By the way, Sammy Sosa's 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts at Wrigley. Cincinnati leading the Cubs 3-0. 1-2 delivery. Kotze inside out. It'll stay 1-2.
Kotze is certainly one of the bright prospects, but just because you have a lot of talent in college or in the minor leagues doesn't mean that you can make it in the majors. Sosu is 0 for 2 in this ball game with the Cubs. Never hit 20 home runs in the minor leagues.
Amazing. He's 0 for 6 now in that series against Cincinnati. And strike 3. Yoshi going back to the outside corner. Second strikeout.
First baseman Derek Lee.
Well, this is a fastball that blows right down through there on the outside corner for a called strike. That's the second strikeout for Yoshi. Yoshi won 73 games and lost 51 in the Japanese league while pitching there.
Derek Lee. Yoshi's overall mark, pro mark, including the Japanese league, 73 wins and 51 losses. 5 and 8 this year with the Mets. 0-1 delivery to Lee. Outside corner again, 0-2. For those who may have missed it last night because it was a very late game, a huge loss for Anaheim in their race in the American League. 12 innings. Seattle beat them 5-3. David Segui, an RBI double in the 12th inning, won it. Wow. 3 strikeouts, 2 in a row for Yoshi. 2 down, no one on here in the third. Looks like Yoshi may have been talked to or decided on his own. I got a 4-1 lead. Time to throw some strikes. He's coming right at him.
He has been a real surprise and a pleasant surprise for the Mets. Even though he has not rung up a lot of good decisions, he has pitched solid baseball.
2 down. Took something off that one to Cliff Floyd. Floyd flied out his first time up. Texas won their ball game yesterday, coupled with a loss. Texas Rangers have now moved 2 games ahead of Anaheim for the Western Division title in the American League. Both teams play tonight. Missed outside with that one, 1-1.
And ironically, Texas or California can't win the wild card race. So they have to win it right there in their division to get in the playoffs.
They play each other 3 times this coming week in Anaheim. Foul back again. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Floyd.
You know, the wild card has been really a great thing for baseball. And very few people thought it was going to be any good. But it has really made a big difference all the way around.
Certainly has created interest where it would not have been otherwise. 2 down. Bases are empty. Yoshi trying to strike the side out. Boston now back in good position for the wild card spot in the American League.
Toronto having that great run and then falling back, as did Baltimore. So Boston in pretty good shape right now.
Again, Yoshi with a 1-2. And a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Waiting on the 2-2 delivery. For Yoshi, he beat the Marlins in May 8-2. He gave up just 2 runs on 5 hits and 6 innings in that game. And then he pitched again against them on June 12 and did not have a decision in a 4-3 loss. He gave up again just 2 runs on 5 hits over 5 1/3. The Mets playing .500 against Florida this year. 2-2 pitch. Floyd, a tapper towards the middle, and he's got the bouncing base hit. So Floyd, a 7-game hit streak for him now as he battled tough on that at bat. Fell behind early. Comes away with the 4th Marlins hit. 2 down.
Floyd in that collision with Hundley at first base had 6 of 8 bones in his left wrist, either broken or dislocated. he has made some comeback from that injury back in 1995.
Sure doesn't look like it's affected his swing. He swings hard. 22 home runs this year. Kevin Ory. Ory picked up a double and scored, leading off the second inning. Ory's hitting over 300 now over the last 34 games. Just 221 on the season. He was acquired from the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs really were high on him last year. Just decided time to make a move this year. Fastball inside, missed 1-1.
And the man who replaced him at third base, Gary Gaetti, is having a great year for the Cubs.
Felt they needed a veteran, both for in the clubhouse and on the field, to make a drive. And Ed Lynch and company in Chicago, it's proven to be a very valuable deal for them.
He has made more of a contribution in the last month of the Cubs than Sammy Sosa.
Yep.
He has hit some dramatic home runs.
1-1 strike count. Runner goes. Fouled off by Ory. Floyd will come back. A lot of Met associations in this playoff year. Jerry Hunsinger, former assistant GM here at New York, now GM in Houston. Eddie Lynch, former assistant GM here in New York, now GM in Chicago.
And Hunsinger making that deal for Randy Johnson. Johnson 9-1 for Houston.
1 ball, 2 strike count on Ory. Yoshi still with a chance to strike the side out here. Didn't go around on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes on Ory. Just missed inside. Yoshi's got a habit, and he did it again right there, and he's done it. I've counted 3 times already in this game, of staring in at the home plate umpire after a pitch where he wants a strike. Piazza's saying something right now to Jerry Meals, but Piazza keeps his head turned towards the plate, towards the pitching mound. Floyd's going to be going here in 3-2.
Yeah, you don't want to get picked up on the 3-2 count. You're going to be moving anyway. It's not a steal, it's not a hit and run. But you have to be in motion, but you don't want to be picked up.
3-2, runner going, and off the bat handle, Ray Ordonez. No runs ahead. 1 left on. Back after this from a
Day off on his birthday.
He has earned the right, doesn't he?
He has joined the modern day ball players, announcers, sports writers. And Bob is not here today. He's celebrating his birthday with joy, and I hope they're having a great time.
Happy birthday, Murph. Gary and Ed working over there. Gary Cohen.
My wife gave me a birthday card for Bob in California the other day when I was coming here. Guess what? I forgot to bring it.
Well, at least some things don't change.
Things don't change, though.
Murph did take the day off, but you kept the consistency going by forgetting the card.
That's right.
Then the pitch is taken down low, 1-1 to Husky.
More things change, the more they stay the same.
That's right. Butch Husky with a 1-1 strike count. A big 2 RBI double his first time up. 59 ribbies on the season now for the Mets right fielder. One ball, 2 strike count. And Husky on that breaking ball taken out of there, and that'll be the 5th strike. strikeout for.
We're now to the stem cell transplant, which could cure.
Wonderful news. Shallow center field. Lopez fly ball caught. Good play by Coetzee. He was the only one who really saw that. Came all the way over from right on here at Shea. 2 down, bases empty, and Ray Ordonez, who lined out his first time up. You see that sun in center. That's, as Ralph said, the sun field for the moment.
This time of year, the sun is really an important factor in baseball games and will be through the month of October.
And a line drive base hit, Ray Ordonez. Floyd up with it. Ordonez 1 for 2, and he gets the pitcher to the plate here in the 3rd inning. That's now with 5 hits off Jesus Sanchez. Much stronger offensive second half, average-wise, for Ray Ordonez.
Those numbers in the second half are the numbers they want to see out of Ordonez. And he has changed his batting approach, and it has helped a lot.
Yoshi struck out. First time to the plate, 3 for 46 for Yoshi at the plate this year. Strike taken, 0-2. Two down, 4-1. Mets on top in the 3rd. And that will be it for Yoshi. 6 strikeouts picked up by Sanchez in the game. Resulted in one of the Mets' runs. Fans were just applauding wildly here at Shea. The reason right there. Cincinnati on a John Nunley 3-run homer have taken a 7-0 lead. Mark Clark, former Met, started for the Cubs, was pulled out of that game before that home run. Nunley may be voted an honorary member of the Mets before it's over. He's having a big day at Wrigley Field. Cubs are 1 game ahead in the wild card race. Yoshi working with a 4-1 lead. Noor, Gonzalez, and Sanchez bottom 3rd of the order for the Marlins. And Noor fouls that one off. Randy Noor delivered an RBI double, 7-game hit streak in the 2nd inning.
Tell me something, Gary. You're an authority on names.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he pronounce his name like Bobby Cannot?
Canor?
Yeah, Canor.
You got me on that one, Ralph.
Knobloch.
And a strike taken. Noor's a veteran. He's been around both minor league and pro ball for a while. And one of those guys, he's a good defensive catcher. He's always been a decent hitter. Someone that ball clubs like to have. He's not on their major league team, at least around the roster. Fouls that one off. Count remains at 2 strikes.
And he's one of those players that got a chance to catch a little bit more with Charles Johnson being traded away by the Marlins to the Dodgers. Johnson recognized as the best defensive catcher in baseball.
Now they're talking about bringing him back to Florida in the offseason, trying to work a deal out with the Dodgers. 0-2 delivery, fouled off again. Johnson has not had a good year in Los Angeles. It's not really settled in there as part of that organization very well, according to people around the Dodgers.
He had gone for almost forever without making an error behind the plate or making a pass ball or whatever. This year it's changed. Hollywood doesn't agree with him.
0-2 deliveries inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, Todd, a young player coming off a championship team going to an organization in a complete changeover situation. I mean, he left one that was changing over for another changing over. 1-2 delivery, fouled off.
Well, the Dodgers are in a position now. They have some real moves to make. They got Bonilla, they got Sheffield, big money makers not having good years.
Mondesio says he won't play center.
It's really a struggle now for the new GM.
Yacht's, of course, gone and not likely to go back to the Dodgers, I don't think. 1-2 delivery off The ground and then off his leg.
Well, their troubles really started with the trading of Piazza. And they didn't save money by doing it.
They did give up a lot of offense. Yoshi's more than happy about that. That he and Piazza are here together in Met uniforms this year. 1-2 count on Noor, hitting .227. And he's gone. Yoshi got him to chase 4 strikeouts. Today's game brought to you by Budweiser Brewery. Fresh Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Alex Gonzalez coming up with one away and nobody on. Gonzalez threw a walk, one of 2 given up by Yoshi so far. And he's got himself a base hit. Had that one time. Gonzalez is on. Picks up a single with one away with the pitcher. Sanchez coming up.
Gonzalez has been on 2 times now, a walk and a base hit, and is in a position here to use the pitcher to bunt. Although Sanchez is not a bad hitter.
Sanchez laid down a perfect bunt his first time up, a sacrifice when there were 2 runners on.
He's showing bunt. That's a decoy, maybe. And it was.
He hit right-handed the first time.
Boy, that should be a tough off right there.
He hit right-handed and bunted down to third. Now he's batting left-handed.
And he was showing the bunt on the early decoy, and then was going to swing away. And of course, the Mets pitching out discovered what the plan might be. Again, he does the same thing.
1-0, pulls it back, and the switch-hitting pitcher pops it up. Ray Ordonez in foul territory, 2 down.
Well, you can't trust the manager. That's one thing we found out. Jim Leland, the manager of the Marlins, a exceptionally good manager, he came up the hard way. They asked him one time, he got a limo to go to the ballpark, and they said, is that the first time he took a limo to the ballpark? He says, yes, if you don't count the time I was driving the limo for the mortuary.
He's made his way around in professions.
Well, he has had a long struggle in the minor leagues before becoming a coach in the major leagues and then an excellent manager.
I really think he would fit in L.A. to a T.
Well, he's good.
They've got talent. They really need, and nothing against Glenn Hoffman, but a veteran leader as a manager out there could make a world of difference for the Dodgers.
He's a real good friend to Tony La Russa, who is also an excellent manager.
Oh, that hurt.
They asked him one time how he got along with Tony, and he says, fine. And he says, well, you're about as smart as he is. He says, no, he passed the bar exam and was an attorney. He says, there was a time in my career early when I nearly passed every bar, but not all of them. He is really something else.
1 ball, 1 strike on Castillo. Tries to regroup after foul that one directly off the leg. Yoshi over to first. Gonzalez there with 2 down. Jimmy's wife Katie on hand here in New York with her husband here as they wrap up this road trip. 1-1 delivery up high. 2-1. That's another reason why I think Leila will not be in Florida. Katie, his wife, just did not like it there and moved back to Pittsburgh at the end of last year. And Jimmy Leland being separated for any length of time from his wife and family hates him. I mean, absolutely detests him. They are number 1 in his life.
Second to his wife, who is a lovely girl.
Runner goes, fouled off.
There are a lot of good golf courses in Florida, and that's his other love. He loves to play golf. Gets up early, I mean really early, to play around the golf almost every day.
Good golf courses around L.A., aren't there, Ron?
Yeah, there are a few. I think that might be a consideration.
2-ball, 2-strike count. Mets on top, 4-1, fourth inning.
He gets up so early in the morning to play that nobody will play with him. He plays by himself.
2-2. Runner not going. Fouled it off again. This time at least he got the ball into the dirt before it hit him.
Of course, when you play by yourself, you can shoot any score you want.
They have great games.
He says, that's good. He's okay.
No one has to sign your card. 2-2 count, 2 down. Castillo in a tough at-bat here. Battling Yoshi. He's only struck out 31 times, drawing 19 walks. Runner goes. Strike called. And the throw won't matter. 5 strikeouts for Yoshi. No runs, a base hit, 1 left on. Mets up. Back to Shea after this from Toyota. This ball club that has won more one-run games than anyone, 34. Battling back to come from behind wins. Jesus Sanchez against Jay Payton. Payton 1 for 2 with a single. Inside corner strike, 1-1. Sammy Sosa's not had a home run today at Wrigley. 1 behind Mark McGwire. McGwire will be playing in Milwaukee in a night game tonight. Fastball is inside. 2-ball, 1-strike count on Payton. Our nobody beats the Wiz National League scoreboard. The Cubs have picked up a couple, but late in the game. Giants are all but out of it, even though they're winning. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Payton. The Cardinal Brewer game tonight. Braves will be looking for their 100th win. Our Toyota American League scoreboard. Tigers won today. Orioles beat the Yankees. 2-2 to Payton to center field. Dunwoody. The American League picture much clearer now. And the breaking ball misses down low. 1-0 count on Edgardo Alfonzo. Alfonzo has drawn 2 walks and scored twice. Mets have had a 2 RBI double by Butch Husky, an RBI single by John Olerud, and Alfonzo held up at third going in. Ball hit him, rolled into the dugout. Error charge to Coates, and he scored on that error. 2-1 count.
And the reason being that he held up, and we surmise this, but I think it's true. He was trying to keep him being tagged out before the runner crossed home plate. And the ball hit him and went into the dugout, and the Mets got an extra run out of that.
The only run picked up by Florida came on an Ori double to lead off an inning when the ball was lost in the sun by McRae in center, and Noah brought him home. Count stays at 2-2. Cubs and Mets needed a playoff game. It would be a week from Monday right here at Shea. Strike 3 called. Inside corner. That's 7.
And at one time in the Mets organization.
John Olerud. How long can you keep this going? Olerud's got 2 singles and an RBI, 10 hits in his last 11 at-bats for John Olerud. Well, you can keep it up one more at-bat. Unbelievable! John Olerud is 3 for 3. 11 for his last 12.
Well, John is a almost cinch to set the all-time batting average record for the New York Mets. Leon Jones hit 340 back in 1969. Olerud has that almost locked up.
My, oh my. Mike Piazza struck out and walked. 2 for 4 in the ball game last night. Takes the pitch inside for a ball. 352 with the 3 for 3. Chasing Larry Walker at 355 at the start of the day. Colorado plays at San Diego tonight. Strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Walker had been on the DL, came off red hot, re-injured himself, and has been in and out of the Colorado lineup over the last week. Mets with a 4-1 lead here in the 4th inning. 2 down. 2 ball, 1 strike count on Piazza. Sanchez has given up 18 home runs, and 17 of them have been hit by right-handers. Mike's almost got the mutton chops going. Those sideburns.
Yeah, and he has left out of it. He's already got it going there. Good.
3-1. And he walked it. So Piazza's drawn 2 walks in the game. Out of respect for that torrid bat he's got going. 5 walks by Sanchez. That's mounted a 2. Bobby Valentine has continued to say he thinks this Met, Brian McRae, has been the MVP of the ball club this year. Pretty strong statement when you've got the likes of Piazza and Olerud. Of course, Piazza's not been here for the whole year. But McRae has had huge hits all year long for the Mets inside. That's why most of the season, and you look at his average and compare it to his RBIs, they really don't seem to fall in place. 78 runs batted in to go with a batting average hovering around the 268 mark right now.
All-time high in RBIs and home runs in his career.
Second baseman Castillo's up with it. That will retire McRae. No runs, a base hit. A couple left on by the Mets. They've got the 3-1 lead. Back after this from your Tri-State Ford dealers. Is John Cangelosi with him?
Could have been. Good guess.
I guess it was.
John Cangelosi, one of the smaller men in baseball.
Still with the Marlins.
Yes.
Fouled off by Todd Dunwoody.
Rich Dunley, I should say, the third base coach of the Marlins, pitched batting practice in the All-Star games, and he said he used John Cangelosi and Sanchez, with Sanchez sitting on Cangelosi's shoulders, to emulate Mark McGuire at the plate, so he'd get an idea how to pitch to a guy as big as Mark McGuire.
Yoshi tailed that one away. Split-fingered pitch, 0-2 on Dunwoody. Dunwoody, Kotze and Lee do up for Florida. They have 5 hits off Yoshi. They've stranded 6. They've had a runner on every inning. 3 in scoring position left on so far by the Marlins. Broken bat, ground ball. Ray Ordonez got a hustle and got him.
How can a guy that little have an arm that strong? Louis Aparicio was a little man at shortstop and said to be the hardest scoring shortstop in baseball history. Ordonez shows his arm, and it is right there.
Off balance, flying in the air, wrong foot.
Amazing.
Kotze rips that one foul. Boy, there's your left-hander looking at that pitch low and inside.
Down and in. Boy, that is a left-hander's home run pitch. Right around the knees on the inside part of the plate. They just bring the bat down to the ball, and they are dangerous down there. Look at that.
0-1 delivery by Yoshi to him and got it out over the plate that time. Jay Payton will get it back in. Kotze's on 2 for 3, double and a single. And that'll be hit number 6 for the Marlins. In actuality, Ralph, that down and in pitch, if it's in far enough, most left-handers, all they're going to do with it's foul it off. Hard.
Foul, yeah. Well, Huntley's a great example of that.
Boy, you make a mistake and get it in the inside of that plate, though. Derek Lee hitting .239, 1 down, 1 on. Lee a walk and has struck out. 5 strikeouts for Yoshi, who has a high of 10 this year against the Yankees. Marlins may be dead last, 51 and 103. They have come here to play baseball against the Mets. Proven last night by their 9th inning win. 17 home runs on the year for Lee. Foul that one back. Strike 1. Good looking pitch to hit right there. He's had only coming into this game 5 hits in his last 38 at bats. Only 22 years old. Derek Lee. Yet another one of those players we were talking about earlier who's learning how to play this game professionally at the major league level. Pretty good lead at first base. Kotze not going though. Inside, missed with that, 1-1. Base runners have been successful this year against Yoshi. They are 15 for 18. You can get a pretty good jump off Yoshi, who has a hesitation in the delivery to the plate.
Something close to Hideo Nomu's style of throwing. There is Nomo.
Apparently out of the rotation for the remainder of the year, Hideo Nomo. Kotze's 10 for 15 in stolen bases.
There's a big lead at first base.
Inside corner, strike, and Lee's behind on the count, 1 and 2.
Sometimes that big lead at first doesn't mean they're trying to steal. Usually they start back toward first. He has a big lead and has been. There you see the distance he takes, about a step further or farther than most runners.
Swung on and missed, high fastball. 6 strikeouts for Yoshi. He gets lead.
And he goes.
Yoshi now 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 2/3. Only the 1 run on 6 hits, and that run probably would not have scored the way it did had it not been for the ball being lost in the sun. That fly ball to center. Or he got the double and scored later. Cliff Floyd. Inside out, fouls it off. Strike 1 on Floyd. Floyd continuing his hit streak with a base hit. Now at 7th. He's had 11 hits in his last 25 at bats and a very good road trip. Two down. Kotze's going to go. Might be here. He's not. Nasty split finger down and in, 0-2. Fans begin the applause for another strikeout.
Floyd struck out his first 5 plate appearances in the major leagues. Got his first hit off of Bobby Jones.
Speaking of Bobby Jones, we're talking about a potential playoff game. At this point, the Mets have tried to set the pitching rotation. Bobby Jones would be the pitcher, at least for the moment, in any playoff game, the starter for the Mets if they had one a week from Monday against the Cubs. To the count on Floyd. Coates running. Line drive. Ordonez right underneath the glove. Coates, who was running, will go to third. McRae will get it back in. Well, he didn't have to move, but he tried to play it on the side instead of in front of him, and it went right underneath his glove.
The runner going for the pitch, and Ordonez was going over to second to cover. And he has a shot at this ball, but couldn't flag it down. So, first and third. All hit hard and skipping on through.
It'll be a base hit. Marlins have 7 hits. So, with 2 down, first and third now for Kevin Orie. Orie has had a double and is grounded out. 2 away. Mets lead at 4-1. Another big out to be had right here by Yoshi. Inside corner strike to Kevin Orie. See the problems he had with the Cubs offensively getting it going. One of the reasons they decided that he was expendable. Done a much better job offensively with the Florida Marlins. Only 194 though with runners in scoring position. That's a big ouch. Orie's gone just 19 for 98 in these situations. That's pitching coach Bob Apodaca. That about sums it up right there.
No action in the bullpen for the Mets at this time.
1-1 count on Orie. Shallow left. Jay Payton. Big out his head. No runs, couple of hits. 2 more. Left off.
Rob Nen, Tony Sanders, Ed Fosberg, and Devon White, all before the season started.
Then they would double that number during the season.
And then they got rid of the good players.
Gosh.
That's amazing that could be allowed in baseball. And it reflects in their attendance. They've drawn just a little over 1,000,006 after being world champions.
Wow. Husky. Orie at third. Fair ball. Long throw. He's got a major league arm. Husky now one. I mean, it used to be if 1 or 2 rookies got a chance in a major league season, they were lucky.
And if you broke in as a rookie, it took about 6 or 7 years in the minor leagues before you got a chance to get in the majors.
Lopez takes the strike. 0-2 on Louis. 1 down, base is empty. Jesus Sanchez, 6 hits off him. Walks have hurt him. He's given up 5. In the dirt, stays off it. Sanchez has also struck out 7. He's walked Alfonso twice, and Fonzie has scored on both occasions. So 2 of the 5 walks have crossed the plate. '23-year-old left-hander. Lopez gone, same pitch. 8 strikeouts for Sanchez. Left field. This one a chopper. Second base. Castillo stops. Quick throw. Got him. Good play. Castillo found his balance in a hurry. Sanchez through 5 innings. Even though the Marlins have hit them 7-6. Mets retired in order for the first time in the 5th. The Marlins have not been retired in order, leaving 8 men on base so far. Randy Knorr. Knorr has a double and an RBI. Struck out in his last at-bat. Yoshi's delivery to him. Good off-speed split finger pitch. 1-1. Nor will be turning 30 next month. He's had a career around pro ball since '86 with Toronto a long time, and then Houston, and now here with the Florida Marlins. Most seasons up and down. Off the fist, Ray Ordonez, high, right on the money.
Well, the patented sliding in under the ball catch and the strong arm throw. No shortstop has ever done that, to my knowledge, in baseball.
One down. Gonzalez, a single and a walk. Yoshi gets that leadoff bat. Shows bunt, takes a strike. Only one leadoff batter has reached in the 6 innings against Yoshi.
And he scored.
He scored. Yoshi, the 0-1 delivery. That one misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Of course, that leadoff batter that did get on got on because the ball was lost in the sun.
Pitch count for Masato Yoshi. 1-2 count of Gonzalez on the foul ball. Cincinnati continuing to lead the Cubs 7-2, 9th inning.
No home runs by Sosa. He has struck out 3 times.
Boy, he's had a tough series. Cincinnati pitchers sent him back to the bench on strikeouts in the 2 games they played. Outside corner strike. Yoshi gets his 7th strikeout. 2 down.
Pitcher Jesus Sanchez.
This ball could have been low. Could have been.
Not according to Jerry Meals.
It was a called strike.
Had good movement back in that time. Piazza to reach in to get it.
Great job of framing by Piazza.
Sanchez, comebacker, Yoshi, and there's the first 1-2-3 inning he's had. So neither team able to get anybody on in the last half inning each. Now this from Toyota. Tuesday and Wednesday, day off Thursday, and finish the season in Atlanta. And interesting, Rob, I don't know how this cuts or if this point whether it really makes any difference, but because the Fox Network has picked up the game on Saturday, it's been moved from a night game to a day game on Saturday. So the Mets will play Friday night, then Saturday afternoon, and then Sunday afternoon. So instead of a night to start that series, it's going to be a night-day. Inside corner strike. Yoshi 1-1.
And for the first time in playoff history, the home team with the best record will be the home team for the playoffs, which means that Atlanta will be trying to be the #1 team. It's between Atlanta, Houston, and San Diego who's going to be #1 to get that home field advantage.
Yoshi to third, foul ball. Foul ball. Atlanta's got 99 wins. This is all a foul ball, so don't worry about it. Atlanta's got 99 wins. Houston's got 98. And San Diego with 95.
And nobody wants to play Houston in the playoffs.
Randy Johnson on that staff. Keep Kevin Ory in foul territory. Made the play just in case. Yoshi comes back.
Sort of like the season of 1986 when the Mets were playing Houston in the playoffs and didn't want to face the pitcher that they would have to face in the 7th game. They won the 6th game and didn't have to face that pitcher.
Mr. Scott, who
Mike Scott.
Everybody up there here. Fans, Ginsson is the all-natural energizer. Find the energy. Feel your Ginsson. Sanchez has now struck out 9 in this game. 3 times he has taken down Yoshi. 1 down, 6th inning. Jay Payton coming up. Payton taking his time to let Yoshi get back to the dugout. RBI single picked up by Payton in the 2nd inning. 1 for 3 today. He's done a good job here in the call-up. 11th game. He's now has 7 hits and 19 at-bats. 1 double. One away, bases empty. 4-1 Mets on top. Jesus Sanchez. Strike on the outside corner. That's what makes that last weekend so interesting. I mean, the wild card race probably is still going to be up for grabs, which means and the #1 spot's still going to be up for grabs. So the Mets will play Atlanta, and Houston will be home against the Cubs.
Yeah. If the Mets win the wild card, and Atlanta is the #1 team with the most wins, best for Saints, they will not play the Mets. The Mets cannot play in their own division in the playoffs for the first round.
If things stay the way they are right now, it would be San Diego. They're 95 wins, 3rd seeded. Swung on and missed. Payton's going to be thrown out here by Nord, and is, and that's 10 strikeouts for Sanchez.
2 last half inning for Florida. So he's got a good shot at his all-time high.
Butch Husky, the big hit in the 1st inning, a bases-loaded double, 2 RBIs, Olerud an RBI single, and an error allowing the 4th run to score. Alfonso hitting at .280. Has drawn 2 walks and scored twice. 0 for 1 officially. Called out on strikes his last time up. Short. And he's out of there. And the Mets fans applauding that score is now final. Cincinnati has beaten Chicago 7-2. The Mets with a win here will tie the Cubs for #1 in the wild card spot. And they lead this ball game 4-1. Back after this from Budweiser.
The Mets on top 4-1 as they battle the Marlins here. Shea and the Cubs have lost their ball game at home against Cincinnati by a score of 7-2. And so the wild card standings, the Mets a half game back. If they win here tonight, they will go into a flat-footed tie with the Cubs. Sosa did not have a home run. He grounded into a double play to end the ball game today, striking out his first 3 times up.
Castillo leads it off here. Pitch is taken down low. Leadoff batter Dunwoody. Then Kotze due up against Yoshi, who has walked 2, struck out 7. So the fever pitch continues here. The Mets fans on their feet cheering that score when it went up on the board. In at 1st and 3rd. He will bunt if given a chance. 1 ball, 1 strike. Castillo. Looked to be part of the Renteria Castillo double play combination for the future, but has not been able to put any kind of average up at the major league level. Towards 3rd, and that's going to be a base hit with Edgardo Alfonso in. Room for that ball to sneak through, and the leadoff batter here in the 7th inning
Center fielder
is on. Castillo at 1st for the Marlins' 8th hit.
With the infield in at 3rd and 1st, the base hit by Ordonez, and the runner on home with no one out here in the top of the 7th.
Castillo with great speed at first base. Dunwoody is 0 for 3. 248 average on the year. Another rookie in this lineup. Todd Dunwoody. Mets will get the bullpen going. Off-speed pitch is in for a strike. Dunwoody, 25 doubles, 4th best among the rookies. Turk Wendell, the workhorse. Rigo Beltran, the left-hander. Yoshi has pitched a fine ball game here. 6 singles, 2 doubles off it. Down low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. He has not worked this far into a ball game since August 19, when he went 7 2/3 against Colorado. 6 innings in his last outing against Houston.
And there is no action in the bullpen for the Mets. Now a pitcher is starting to warm up.
1-1. Foul back. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Dunwoody. Mets are 12 and 16 in the starts made this year by Yoshi, who has been able to pick up for himself only 5 of those wins. 1-2 delivery. 8 strikeouts. Dunwoody been the victim twice. Hanging the K's here at Shea. 8 of them. There you go. Pitch misses inside for a ball. 1-0. This is the part of the order Yoshi wants to get through. Power here. Kotze, Lee, Floyd. Delivery to him. Inside again. 2 balls and no strikes on Kotze. Despite all the devastation this Florida Marlins team has gone through, they have some fine Major League prospects. 2-0 delivery. And he hits it deep to right field. Husky back, looking up. Goodbye, home run into the bullpen. 11 home runs on the year. RBI 64 and 65, and it's a 1-run lead for the Mets. And that will be all for Yoshi. Kotze delivers. Yoshi still will have a chance to win this ball game as he goes 6 1/3 innings. This call to the bullpen brought to you by OmniPoint. Fans gave him a big hand. 6 consecutive games he has appeared in. 8 2/3 scoreless innings in 6 games, allowing just 4 hits, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts, and he hit him. Derek Lee, hit by a pitch, the potential tying run, goes down to first base.
Well, he certainly wasn't trying to hit the batter here. His tying run on at first, but the pitch right behind his back. And the dangerous Cliff Floyd is the next batter with the tying run at first base. 1 man out, 7th inning. And Wendell now in this situation He's worked a lot.
Well, he has worked a ton. Second hit batter this year for Turk Wendell. Derek Lee hit for the 10th time. Cliff Floyd, one down. Danger again right here with another power hitter at the plate. Two singles and his fly to center. Floyd has had a home run off Wendell. 1 for 2. He's got a foul ball knockdown play by Lopez.
Luis Lopez, a base hit taken away on a great play at second base. And the second out of the inning and the tying run moving on down to second base.
Enormous play made by Lopez. 2 down. Runner at second base. Kevin Ory coming up. Floyd robbed of a base hit. Ory has had a double in 3 at-bats. 0 for 3 in his career appearances against Turk Wendell. No play at second. Ordonez started over. Stayed back.
I'd like to see Wendell focus on the batter right here. That runner at second or third is not that important.
This time he throws it away into center field. Lee gets up and goes to third. Error on Wendell.
Well, the main out is at the plate, and this ball thrown way away. And now you have the time run at third base.
Lee will be heads up for a wild pitch here, or anything else that might move him. Wendell has only one wild pitch all year. Outside with a slider, which of course is his pitch. 1-0 to Kevin Ory. Beltran, the left-hander, stays up. Greg McMichael now joins him. Ball 2. Count, 2 down. Ory takes the slider in the inside corner for a strike. Tense moments. Marlins battling back here with 2 runs in the 7th inning to draw within 1. Ory down low, 3-1. The hitters count. The guy who's got power.
Ory coming to the Marlins from the Cubs this year.
3-1. He got it in there. 3-2 with a slider.
Breaking ball.
3-2, 2 down. Potential tying run at third base. Close. Not a good swing, but a dangerous little looper down the first base side that went foul. Ory was not ready that time. He was moving as Wendell was getting ready to throw a ball.
Yeah, he was looking for the slider and got jammed with the pitch and almost got the base hit.
The ever ebullient Turk Wendell.
usually have a mad Russian, and right here you might have a mad Turk. He's going to try and make this play, but it's in the stands and out of play. Can you come to a strike? This is about as close as you can get. It's called ball 4.
Brian Daubach is going to be the pinch hitter for Randy Knorr. Daubach, left-handed hitter. First and third, and 2 down. Daubach in a huge situation. He's had only 4 at-bats since the call-up. And a strike on the outside corner. Daubach is that 27th rookie we were talking about to be used by the Marlins. Hit .316 at AAA. Led the International League with 35 homers and 45 doubles. Back to first. Daubach also led the IL in RBIs with 124. He was the big power hitter in the International League this past season. Two down, first and third. Mets leading by 1 in the 7th inning. Daubach takes the strike. Years old. Came into the year with a .305 average at the minor leagues. He too had been in the Mets organization. 1-2 pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Derek Lee at third base. Kevin Ory at first. Leon Warwick said, I say a little prayer for you. Happy Valentine's singing that song for Kurt Wendell. 2-2 delivery. Strike him out! Third base and the go-ahead run at first. What a performance. The workhorse comes through again. 10 have been stranded now by the Marlins. Derek Wendell getting out of the inning. Mike Redmond has come on to do the catching with Knorr coming out for a pinch hitter. So Redmond. Jesus Sanchez has gone the distance, and here's John Olerud. John Olerud has now gone 7 for his last 7, 2 shy of the record held by Jose Vizcaíno, set in 1996. Olerud in this game, 3 singles, a run scored, and an RBI. That one goes to the backstop. He has had 11 hits in his last 12 at-bats. The major league record for reaching base consecutively, Barry Bonds this year, 15 consecutive times. He had 9 hits and 6 walks.
I think that's the National League record.
National League record.
Yeah, the American League record is 1 more by Ted Williams. And the record for consecutive base hits is 12. And that's held by Pinky Higgins and Walter Jopo.
Olerud with a 2-2 count, and suddenly more runs are needed for the Mets, whose 4-1 lead has gone to 4-3. With the 3 hits today, John has raised his average to .352, 3 points behind Larry Walker. And one of the most amazing stories about Olerud's great year, the numbers that he has put up against left-handers. In spring training, the question was, would he have to be platooned against some left-handers? Well, John Olerud has answered that question with a .368 average coming into this game against southpaws, second best in the league. And he's on with a walk. Six walks by Sanchez. Piazza coming up. Today's game brought to you by Budweiser. Brewery Fresh Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. So John Olerud on base again. 10th consecutive time, new Mets mark. Piazza, 2 walks and a strikeout against Sanchez. Ball 1. Can you feel it?
This is some sort of game right here.
2-0. Sanchez, 10 strikeouts, 6 walks. Mets have picked up 4 runs on 6 hits. Wow, this 23-year-old left-hander. 2-0 delivery. In 9 of the last 21 games, the Mets have had a home run in the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning that has either won, tied, or put them ahead. That's the kind of dramatics this Mets team has been involved in. And he walked him on 4 straight. So Jimmy Leyland on his way out.
Mets have had 8 walks in this ballgame to go with their 6 hits. And Leland out to the mound. He has the bullpen going.
Vic Darensburg and Brian Edmondson are the 2 relievers out there with Bruce Kim, the bullpen coach.
Next batter is a switch hitter, Brian McRae, but a better hitter from the left-hand side of the plate.
Career high in walks for Jesus Sanchez with 7. He had previously walked 5 in a couple of other games. Mets on top 4-3, bottom of the 7th inning. Brian McRae 0 for 2 and a walk. D-Mac hitting at .267. Another baby. Bunting popped it up. McRae trying to move the runners into scoring position. First pitch popped it up. Redmond made the play. play at the plate. 3 sacrifices on the season for Brian McRae, but not them.
McRae and the bunt attempt and popped up. Runners back to their bases, so the Mets lose an out. And there will be Butch Husky coming up.
1 down. Olerud at second, Piazza at first. And a fastball strike in the outside corner. Jimmy Leland also trying to do something here with this young pitcher. His team's not going anywhere, and he may not be here next year, but he's trying to help Jesus Sanchez become a major league pitcher. Leave him in a tough situation. His arm looks okay. He's throwing fine. Wants him to feel the heat and the pressure and work out of it. In the dirt that time, and the count is 1-1. Husky, a big double in the first inning for 2 RBIs with the bases loaded. 59 runs batted in the year. Strong average against left-handed pitchers. Cincinnati has beaten Chicago 7-2 today. Mets win. They're tied with the Cubs for the wild card lead. 123rd pitch coming up here. 3-1. See Jimmy Leland slow down. Telling that to Redmond. He wants him to slow Sanchez down. Sanchez rushing here. The excitement of the moment. Right field. Adam Ball. Coach says got it. Boy, with that arm, you don't want to get too far off the bag. 2 down.
For the sacrifice attempt and what a Ray. On a rye, I should say. Might have been a run if they had been able to move the runners up. Baseball, a very complex game, and execution is the main part of it. Right here, the line drive caught, and the runners back to their bases.
You saw Leland come out again, talking to his catcher, slow him down. Doesn't want the pace of the moment taking place here at Shea for his players to get caught up in that. Redmond, the veteran catcher, talking to the young pitcher. Louis Lopez, 2 on, 2 down. Ball 1. Redmond, of course, can control the pace by not giving. See, there he is, by not giving the signs in a hurry. Jimmy Leland on the bench behind Redmond. Lopez and a breaking ball, good one. Hey, I'm impressed with Sanchez as a 23-year-old.
He has good stuff. There's no doubt about that.
He's just learning how to pitch.
Formerly in the Mets organization.
1-1 the count. 2 on, 2 away. Lopez fights the foul. 1-2. Sanchez coming over, the Al Leiter deal. The Leiter deal, of course, absolutely important for the New York Mets this year. Al Leiter, chance for his 17th win. Coming up in his next start. He will be here 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. See whether or not he can get it against Brian Meadows. Louis Lopez, a 1-2 count. Lopez, a strikeout victim twice, 0 for 3. 1-2 delivery. Got him again, and again pulled the string, and what a job by Sanchez after he walked the first 2 in the inning. Back after this from nobody beats the Wiz. Career. So we go on. We were talking about this guy earlier. John Cangelosi. former Met, will be the pinch hitter for Gonzalez, leading off the 8th inning with the Mets leading 4-3. Veteran Cangelosi in for Gonzalez, the shortstop. Jimmy Leland is not going to let anything go by here to give his club a chance. They may be dead last, but they owe this to themselves in Major League Baseball, and particularly to the Cubs. Turk Wendell, 6 straight appearances, 8 scoreless innings, up to 135 pitches in those games now. And a strike with a fastball, 1-2 on Cangelosi.
Cangelosi, a former Met player, he got hit in the back by John Smoltz and charged the mound. Smoltz about a foot taller than he was. They went down to the ground. And the next week it was on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Wendell gets the pop-up. Jay Payton, Ray Ordonez in their territory. Angelosi's out of there. Another left-hander brought in to face Turk Wendell. And a fastball is there for a strike. Jackson is 6 for 34 as a pinch hitter. Strike 2. The Sanchez. 2-strike count on Jackson. National League scoreboard. There's the Reds win over the Cubs. Sosa did not have a home run. The Giants 14-4 win. They got 2 grand slams in that game. This one popped up. Second base. Lopez. 2 down. The Toyota American League scoreboard.
As a right-hand pitcher. He was known as a mad rusher.
Castillo up. 2 down, nobody on.
Mad Hungarian, I guess I should have said.
Well, this world dividing as quickly as it is.
You never
Sometimes
know. That's
you never
right.
know. Wendell, who gets into this rhythm, really works in a hurry. 1-1 count on Castillo. Singled his last time up. Slider, strike 2. And right back to Wendell on the flip. And the Marlins are retired in order in the 8th inning. Mets leading it by a 1. Back after this from Chrysler. Up with Gonzalez out of the game for a pinch hitter. And 25-year-old right-hander Brian Edmondson. Another rookie on in relief. Bottom of the 8th inning. Ray Ordonez. Outside by Edmondson. It'll be Ordonez. Then Todd Hundley has come out on deck. The pinch hit for Turk Wendell. And then the top of the order, Jay Payton. So in answer to all of your questions, going to the 9th inning, it will be John Franco.
Franco, the losing pitcher in the game last night. And he is ready to come in here tonight.
2 ball, 1 strike count. Turk Wendell coming on in the 7th inning with 1 away, works an inning in the 3rd, inning in 2/3, and does not give up a hit. Walked 1, struck out 1. Fouled off by Ray Ordonez. 4-3 score. The Mets win and they tie the Cubs in the wild card race. Dearly love to put up another run at least here. Edmondson with a slider missing. 3-2. 2.
Edmondson claimed on waivers from Atlanta by the Marlins, and of course the Braves having trouble in the bullpen all through this year.
Fastball fouled off. Edmondson out of Riverside, California. Never appeared in the majors before this season, even though he had pitched at the minor league level for 7 years. And a base hit for Ray Ordonez. Leadoff man is on. This copyrighted telecast authorized under television rights granted by Sterling Doubleday Enterprises solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication or reproduction or use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game humbly announced. Without the express written consent of Sterling Doubleday is prohibited any other commercial use of the program, such as charging commission for its showing. You can't do it. Don Huntley coming up.
Huntley is 1 for 16 as a right-hand batter. And there could be a bunt here with Todd Huntley being the batter and batting right-handed.
Runner at first. Nobody out, 8th inning. Mets on top by 1, 4-3. Todd Huntley, 3 home runs in his dramatic turnaround. As a pinch hitter, 2 for 9 with that pinch hit home run in Houston the other night. Step off, no throw. Huntley takes a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike from leading the league, and 1-run wins. Florida's gone the other way, of course, in that department this year. In the dirt, down low. 2-2. Huntley has not faced Darrensburg before. Those are the numbers Ralph was talking about against left-handers this year. Darrensburg with a 2-2. Center field. Dunwoody right at him. 1 away. 3 for 10 since the call-up by Payton against Southpaws. Step off, no throw. Inside corner by Darrensburg for a strike. Look down to Cookie Rowe, has at third. Ricky Wilson talking to Ray Ordonez at first. Lee plays off the bag, holding the runner. Fastball strike, 0-2 on Payton. And again, Ray Ordonez back. Darrensburg is not thrown over there, but has stepped off 3 times.
Once you break contact with a pitching rubber, you don't have to throw. He's been stepping back off the rubber.
0-2 delivery. Just missed outside. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Big crowd at Shea, and nobody's left. Darrensburg, the 1-2 delivery. Payton goes down swinging. So
Home runs.
Edgardo Alfonso. Ball one. Here in the 8th inning, Alfonso would love to add to those numbers against the Marlins. Outside corner. Arensberg has been on break, maybe on the line here in this at-bat. Towering pop-up, shallow right field. Kotze coming, gets there and puts it away. Good job, cheerleader, trying to get the fans up after John Franco was booed big time in the ball game when he came out of the ball game after that 9th inning last night. Todd Dunwoody leads it off. Ball one. Mets make defensive changes. Lenny Harrison left for Jay Payton. And Allensworth moves into right field as Husky comes out of the ball game. Jermaine Allensworth. Todd Dunwoody 3 for 3 lifetime against Franco. Ball 2 inside. The middle of the order. Jose, Lee, 2, 3, 4 due up for the Marlins here in the 9th. Franco 37 saves and 45 chances on the year. Walked him on 4 straight. Potential tying run on at first base. Kotze coming up.
Kotze with 3 hits in the ball game and a big home run.
11 homers, 65 RBIs, his home run in the 7th inning. Grounder off the glove. Ray Ordonez, the big throw, and he got it. 1-6-3.
Ordonez was an unbelievable play. He throws the ball without taking a step as it goes to the ground. Ball deflected off of Franco, and right here he throws the ball in one motion. That is just superb baseball right there. You can't do that.
Unbelievable play. Huge play. 1 down. Runner at second base. Derek Lee. Up high for a ball. He has struck out twice, walked, and been hit by a pitch. For 1 against Franco lifetime. Potential tying run at second base. Todd Dunwoody. 1 away in the 9th inning. Victory by the Mets. They tie the Cubs for the wild card spot, with Cincinnati having beaten Chicago 7-2 this afternoon.
I believe if Franco had not gotten a glove on that ball, it would have gone through in the center field.
Two-0 delivery is outside. 3 balls, no strikes. That's that turnover pitch Franco uses to get right-handed hitters, but Lee would not chase.
This is really a big moment in John's career. He has never played in the playoffs.
Walked him on 4. It does set up a potential double play. You didn't want to walk it. Craig McMichael up for the second time. Right-hander. Dennis Cook, the left-hander.
Well, it's going to be do or die for Franco right here.
1 down. 9th inning. Mets lead 4-3. Cliff Floyd is 2 for 4 with 2 singles.